Coming out to LA to work with Eddie Bravo. Man, it's literally been on my to-do list probably since The Ultimate Fighter. After I got off The Ultimate Fighter, I bought his book and I started playing the rubber guard, but once again, I'm doing it solo. There's no 10th planet, there's no one's even playing really with the system. And if they're playing the system, they're not playing the rubber guard system because that tends to take flexibility. They're playing, the half guard and lockdown system a little bit. But I was pretty much just constantly. I was already there before, so that was kind of cool. Like coming up, I was kind of self taught a little bit, so I was used to it. Buy his book, read his book, learn on my own. You'll see it in my first UFC fight. I throw my legs up. I just did it wrong. I think I was doing it like this or something like that instead of like this. And I started playing that game because with my long legs, I've always been prone to, hey, I want to make a fucking aggressive guard. No matter where the fight's taking place, if it's standing, on my back, on top, I want to try to finish. I want to be able to attack you from anywhere. And I feel with the rubber guard or an aggressive open guard, top guard, high guard game, that's going to be your best bet at being able to be aggressive and secure something. Otherwise, you're probably working to get back up, or you're working defense and you're just kind of clinching and not really being aggressive, catching your breath, and then going for something. I found his to be the most. Initially, just from watching it, I'm like, it makes sense. Once I was preparing to fight Matt Riddle for the welterweight title, in Titan FC or whatnot, I hit up Eddie Bravo. I was like, okay, this guy's a really good wrestler, and he's gonna have good jits, so he's gonna have good jits defense. I'm like, I'm looking to up my game to that next level. I was also coming off a loss, so I'm like, anytime I come off a loss, man, I'm fucking furious. I'm furious. I want to come back with vengeance. I need to step my game up like tremendously. So I hit up Eddie Bravo. I'm like, look, I keep looking. I don't see anything for 10th Planet. Do you have any 10th Planet out here? Or are you going to be doing a seminar anywhere in Florida anytime soon? And he ended up getting back to me. He was like, hey, man, I got a ninja out there named Woodsley. And he ended up hooking me up with them. And I did 2 sessions with them. And it was like night and day. Night and day. It was. I went from. I'm watching instructionals on the rubber guard. I'm visualizing it. I'm playing it in myself in my hotel room down south while I'm preparing for this. I'm learning names. I'm going through the motions, pretending, visualizing that someone's there, and then all of a sudden I get 2 sessions in with them and. With Tyler, and they're just like immediately they're just like this and this as far as little details, and then boom, I'm like, okay, now this is it. Like the second I'm getting confirmation of hand or leg gets put here for this reason and not to do this for this reason, now it's all I'm getting the little fine details and the live instruction right there, personally live in front of my face, and it's all feeling so good, so secure, and I'm just like, this is brilliant. This is all brilliant. The Matt Riddle fight actually fell through. The UFC fight ended up coming in. It was short notice. I didn't have corners available for me, and that's when I hit up Eddie Bravo, and I was like, hey, man, I've been working the game. I also knew the guy I was fighting was a wrestler. I'm like, this guy's going to be looking to take me down. I had my Muay Thai coach come out, and I was like, I'm just throwing this out there, man. I know you're really busy, but I'm fighting in the UFC on this day. If you can make it, I got a spot for you. If not, no worries. The fact that he actually short notice came out was huge for me. Like, his style, his system, I've watched, I've heard what he's said, I've listened to his podcast, I've listened to Joe Rogan's podcast, I've listened to a lot of things. One of the greatest things was obviously when he was on Rogan with Hickson, and just seeing for Hickson to be like, yeah, you got something there. You know, you got something there. I was like, that's the man saying it right there. That's the man saying it right there. I was like, I know this. I've known for a long time he's had something. Problem is, you guys are in the West Coast, man. You guys are as far as far away as you can nationwide for me, you know, being South Florida. So, you know, he ended up flying out. I was like, no lie, I was like, I hope this dude takes me down. You know, me and my Muay Thai coach, we were like, who cares if he takes you down? We're going to kick him all day. We're going to just, with the length that I have, we can kick him all day. He won't be able to touch me. Worst case scenario, he takes me down. Great. No problem from there. Really, I was actually really anxious to try the rubber guard and see the evolution of where I brought my game. I almost looked at it as this is like a tryout. I felt like, you want to think old school, like the Lions Den tryout sessions. Like I'm like, okay, so this is my you know, Eddie Bravo 10th Planet tryout session. This is for me, when Eddie Bravo came out to that fight, and in my head it was the same thing as my first fight on The Ultimate Fighter. First fight on The Ultimate Fighter, this is my first fight live in front of Dana White personally. I'm like, this is the greatest fucking experience of my life. This is the greatest moment of my life. There's no crowd. There's nothing. This man has nothing to do in his life other than watch me fight right now. He's going to be 100% focused on me. And this was almost similar. It was kind of a defining moment. He's there. We're going to rubber guard. Let's see. Let's put on a performance. Let's actually, you know, demonstrate what we're capable of. And then it played out like picture perfect, like textbook. It's kind of like, oh yeah, you want to see a fight? Go watch that fight, and you might be able to, you know, or watch the breakdown, and you'll get a nice little, you know, taste of the effectiveness of the system. And ever since then, man, it was there. Then it was just, after that, it was almost immediate, man. I mean, like me and him were both so overjoyed and like kind of taken back by what actually just occurred, that it was kind of like, we just made history, motherfucker. We just made history. This is fucking crazy. I got to step my game up, come out here. Not only do I want to, you know, refine what I already know, but I want to learn more. I want to take this thing to the next level, and you know, see how far we can go, man. That's really the ultimate plan and the ultimate test for me, and the whole purpose of this entire journey. The whole purpose of this taping right now, this interview, is, you know, what makes me who I am. Why am I, you know, having this this vision of where I want to go, and how the hell am I planning on getting there? And no, thank you guys for having me out here, man. That's freaking.
That is awesome.
It was a great experience.